Welcome back to this week's edition of the Geschmack of Torah Podcast. This week's Parshas Vayishlach. Yaakov is going to meet his long-lost brother Esav, the pinnacle and climax of the Parsha, the rejoining of the two twins after Yaakov stole the birthright from his brother Esav. And now Yaakov gets word from one of his spies that Esav is coming to kill him with 400 men, 400 troops marching to meet Yaakov and to kill him. Yaakov davens, divides his camp up into two, sends presents. We learn from there how to prepare for battle. Then, as they're crossing, or as Yaakov and his entire entourage, with his 4 wives and 11 sons, Binyamin still not to be born, and Dinah hidden in a box, as they're marching across the final river before they are going to have this ultimate showdown, Yaakov, the pasuk says in pasuk Chaf Hey, this is in Perek Lamed Beis, says, Vayivaser Yaakov levado, and Yaakov was left alone, Vayeavek, and he dusted, or he fought, Ish imo, with a man, ad alos hashachar, until the morning. Yaakov was left alone, and he has this fateful fight the entire night with, Rashi quotes the Medrash, with the angel of Esav. Esav's angel attacked him when he was alone, and it was a fight until morning. And if you look at the Sefer HaChinuch and all of the Rishonim, really, this is somewhat of a description of the life of a Jew and how Yaakov was able to fight against an angel and eventually was blessed by the angel. But I'd like to focus on something different. Vayevaser Yaakov levado. Yaakov was left alone. Correct Rashi, really anyone who reads the verse critically, is kind of obvious and glaring. Why was Yaakov alone? Vayevaser Yaakov levado. There's actually a halacha in Shulchan Aruch that a Torah scholar is not allowed to travel alone at nighttime. It's possible that the halacha was enacted because of this instance that Yaakov was attacked from going alone. But why was Yaakov alone? Says Rashi something unbelievable. Shochach, that Rashi says that Yaakov had forgotten pachim ketanim. Yaakov had forgotten small jars across on the other side of the river. V'chazer aleim, he was returning to cross the river back to go and get the small jars. But when we can from here, shatzadikim chasin al mamoinam, we see from here that righteous ones have more mercy, more compassion on their money. Shalosh yisholchu yedeham bagazal, so that they do not set their hand to steal. Rabbi Yerucham Levavitz, the Hilek Mashgiach of the Meir, brings a Gemara in Chulin Daf Tzadi Aleph Amud Beis. Mikan shetzadikim shechaviv aleim mimainam yoser migufam. Righteous people give more chashivas, more prestige to their money, to their items, to their stuff, to their investments, to their wealth, more than to their body. Now, at first glance, this Gemara in Chulin seems like an absolute wonder. What is going on? How could you tell me that a tzaddik gives more chashivas to his items, more than to his body? Rabbi Yerucham explains. Yidden is a very special zchus, and that a tzaddik understands that every single dollar that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives him is a new matana, a new present from Hashem. If a person has $100,000 in his bank account, we should all be zeicha. That doesn't mean that Hashem gave him $100,000. Rather, in a tzaddik's mind, it means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave him $1 bill 100,000 times. It allots to the same amount, but the perspective has many different nafkaminas as to how you treat it. If a person was traveling to his new home, let's say, for an example, he was moving from Lakewood to Tom's River, from one city over, and as he's traveling, he picks up his wife, moving trucks here, they get the family together, they drive 20 minutes away, the closets are unpacked into the van, into the moving van, all of the furniture, and then you go and unpack in the new home. Then you remember, or your wife tells you, oh, there was some Tupperware in the top of one of the kitchen cabinets. What person would say, okay, let's get the moving truck back and let's go pick up those Tupperware? But that's what Yaakov Avinu did. He had chashivos for the money. I'd like to take 30 seconds just to put down this vart with clarity. Yaakov Avinu crossed the river to go back for some Rubbermaid Tupperware. Because Yaakov Avinu understood that every bit of parnasa that Hashem gave him was another bracha, and Hashem wanted him to have that dollar. Every extra dollar could be used as another dollar for tzedakah. Another mitzvah daraisa. It could be used to be saved up to be able to buy yourself something nice, buy your friend something nice, buy your son or son-in-law something nice. Everything that Hashem gives us is for a reason in the eyes of a tzaddik. Yaakov Avinu had this midah, and we should be zeicha to have this perspective. It's already somewhat of maybe a lost art. If you would throw away, or as we all, after Shabbos, throw away some of that leftover food. If you would do that in front of our bubbies and zaydis who came from Europe, they'd look at you like you're crazy. They had this vart in their bones. They understood it much more than we do. Let us be zeicha to have a new perspective on every dollar. Because really, it is true that every dollar counts. A Moyer Shabbos.